Posted March 31, 2018. 6 hours 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Vulnerable children at risk of becoming sexual predators or being abused themselves will be the focus of an Australian-first program which will train their carers to recognise harmful behaviour and intervene before it escalates. The 3-year pilot program, from MacKillop Family Services and the University of Melbourne, will focus on children in residential care who have come from broken homes, have missed out on vital sex education or have never experienced normal, loving relationships. MacKillop's chief executive Robin Miller, who worked with the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Abuse, started the project after she noticed a prevalence of harmful sexual behaviours between young people in out-of-home care. "We know kids in out-of-home care are the most vulnerable group to be exploited," Dr. Miller said, rather than saying, "Oh, isn't this terrible, what do? We can actually do a whole lot to lower those statistics." Missing children, the most at risk in Australia. 33% of child sex abuse reports come from children living in residential care, which is where up to 4 young people share a house together under the supervision of a carer. Dr. Gemma McKibben from the University of Melbourne helped write the training manual which will initially be used by 60 MacKillop carers. Her research has focused on young people displaying harmful sexual behaviour, like assault and rape. She said the project, called Respecting Sexual Safety, will focus on sex education, early intervention and improving the relationship between carers and children so they do not suddenly go missing. When children and young people go missing from home, missing from the house, that's the biggest red flag for being sexually exploited, Dr. McKibben said. She said the goal of the program was to break the cycle of abuse before it can begin. Children have a right not to be sexually abused, but they also have the right not to become sexually abusive. As adults, it's our responsibility to protect that right, she said. It would only be beneficial for 2 years. Belinda * lived in residential care after getting in trouble with the law. She had fallen into a bad crowd and when she started skipping school, it was a slippery slope. "I was very lucky. I had a good house and good staff," Belinda said. But some of her peers were not so lucky. "I witnessed their relationships and being taken advantage of by other people," she said. "That's the age you should be learning things about relationships. And if you're in care and you don't have anyone to teach you, you're going to be stuck in that cycle." She said the pilot program would have made a significant impact had it existed when she was in care. "I think training would definitely help the staff have more knowledge and understanding as to how they could talk to the client in a more less confronting way," she said. "It would only be beneficial." Dr. Miller wants to roll out the program across all of MacKillop's residential care houses, and ultimately share their findings with the foster sector. "This project is groundbreaking," she said. "What we want is young people to be much more empowered and to have a voice and to trust good adults will absolutely listen and do what it takes to create that safety around them." * Name has been changed for privacy. Topics: Sexual offences, law, crime and justice, sexual health, youth, Melbourne 3000, Vic, Australia.